So I just got back from the gym, and I'm reminded of something that is applicable if you're a network marketer that I learned when I was 16 years old, when I first started weight training, maybe actually 15 years old. See, back then I was fat and impatient, which is a pretty frustrating combination, right? It's not a good feeling. So I used to think when I went into the gym, like the more exercises I can do, the faster I'm going to get this weight off, the better I'm going to feel. You know, so I wouldn't just do a weight training program. I'd do like 2 or 3 programs I could find in the magazine. I'd do all of them together, and I'd be in the gym for like 3 or 4 hours. And of course I couldn't keep this up. I ended up being injured and my results slowed down. I didn't realize the hormones that were being released into my body, the stress hormones, were actually keeping me overweight. And then I started getting more educated, started listening to some of the more experienced people in the gym. And they said, you know, Richard, the actual growth, the growth of your muscles, that occurs outside of the gym. All you're doing in here is you're creating leverage for your body. You're stimulating the muscles just a little bit past where they would usually go so that you can feel that they've been pushed and strained. And then what they're going to do is they're going to think, hang on a minute, if I can't quite manage this workload, let me repair myself bigger and stronger. And so long as you feed it with the rest and the nutrition and the fluids that it needs, your muscles will grow. So come in here, do some intense work, do a little bit more than last time, and then focus on your rest and recuperation and what you're feeding your body. So how does this actually feed into being a network marketer? Well, I think if we're honest and we look around when we first started in network marketing, I'm trying to drop the camera. I'm leaning it on my steering wheel. When we first started network marketing, you know, we think more is better. We don't really have a game plan. We don't have the experience. So what we do is we're like, more. Let me try posting 20 times a day on social media. Let me try messaging 100 people. Let me try networking events. And you know the score, right? You've done all these things, gone all to the meetings, listened to every single influence. And we never really take time away from that pressure. I remember when I first started, you know, I was looking to settle some debt. We just lost a business. I remember sitting in my office and being like, which is a fancy word for spare room, right? And I was sitting in my spare room / office, and I was like, man, I got to dig us out of this hole. I don't want to work 80 hours a week anymore. I want to provide a better life for my wife and daughter. So I just need to do more. There was never that separation between being intense at work, thinking about what was going to stimulate growth, and then leveraging what I should be doing outside of that, which is feeding my brain with skills and knowledge. Looking at feedback for what's working and what's not. Taking time with my family to be with my family, not half with my family and my head half somewhere else because I felt guilty that I wasn't working. You know, these things are difficult to do, but, you know, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. I don't want you as a network marketer, regardless of your results, regardless of where your ambition lies and where you are right now, to burn yourself out, to think more is better. Of course, like there's people that we know and we have days where we could have done more and we had it within us to do better, but that isn't every day. And if you're piling the pressure on, burning the candle at both ends, not paying attention to the knowledge, not paying attention to your relationships and what makes you feel good because you're always so in work mode, and when you're in work mode, it's volume and not actually effective work, you can clearly see, and when you think about this, you're like, oh my goodness, no wonder I'm not getting what I want to be. So take some time after watching this video, form a new strategy. Form something with some balance that allows you some quality time. Focus on the activities that you're seeing the best return on your efforts from, and then start to feed back how you feel at the end of each week and look what worked, what didn't, what could you do to change that. If you adopt this scientific and balanced approach, you're going to be just like I was in the gym. Within the next year of applying this knowledge, learning about the weights training, learning about nutrition, learning about rest, and then being intense in the gym, I was training way less and growing far quicker. In fact, I ended up becoming a fitness instructor. I got in such great shape and so knowledgeable. It's amazing where this could lead you. I mean, this kind of translated into network marketing could mean you become a speaker, a coach, help other people, become a better leader. You know it makes sense, and I hope you take my advice. As always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I hope it make you feel sick winding this thing around on the steering wheel. And if you're looking for more tactical information, you're like, okay, Richard, I want to create a strategy, but I've tried this before, and I'm not really sure what should go into a strategy for successful network marketers. I went from 328 no's in a row to over sponsoring 700 people now, just over 700 people. There's particular changes that I made to my approach that allowed me to do that. I'm happy to run through them with you so you can take them and use them for yourself. If you go to richardmatheru.com/webinar, you'll see a couple of times this week where you're able to catch exactly what you need to do to create your own strategy. Also, just for attending, I'll give you a free success strategy workbook, which has got all the slides of the webinar and a workbook so that you can apply what you learn into your own company to make it work for you. My gift to you, it's the knowledge that I've gotten have served me really, really well. It's also responsible for over £1 million worth of sales in other network marketing companies, so it's working well for other network marketers. Anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. Have a fantastic day. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses, and I'll catch up with you really soon. Bye for now.